Tima doctors from various countries serve patients at a free clinic at a school in Jordan. The Tzu Chi Brazil Liaison Office celebrated its 27th anniversary by holding a large free clinic. Welcome to the Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi Free Clinic in Jordan has held a free clinic at a school in Karak. Since the temperature was extremely high, the volunteers moved the waiting patients indoors and also fanned the doctors with cardboards. The Jordanian and Syrian doctors have been deeply touched by the volunteers' kind gestures. Let's join them there. This is secondary Tawahi Askar School, located in Ghor El Masra, Karak province of Jordan. This district is also a famous slum. Tzu Chi has 1,200 care recipients here. Therefore, Tzu Chi's free clinic team has chosen this location to hold a free clinic for local residents. While people who are seeking medical attention should be waiting here, they have been moved indoors because the temperature has risen to 41 degrees Celsius. The free clinic venue is not very big, and many patients are waiting in the hallway.
She has more pain. She has no pain. Okay.
Jordan doctors and Tima doctors provide medical consultation through translation here. The outdoor temperature has reached 41 degrees Celsius. Without an air conditioner, the volunteers manually fan the doctors, hoping to cool them.
It is very hot, but Tzu Chi volunteers fan me using cardboards. I feel very happy and joyful. With their fanning, the place is still very hot, but my heart has cooled down.
Syrian ENT doctor Hakim has escaped Jordan 7 years ago due to the civil war. Fortunately, he still works as a doctor. Upon learning that Tzu Chi is holding a free clinic, he has come to help out.
Seeing this Taiwanese doctor coming here to treat the patients with tenderness and patience, I am really happy. It left a deep impression on me. Of course, they are people for me to learn from.
Tima members from Taiwan, United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Jordan, and Syria, in addition to local doctors, have served at this free clinic. Despite the hot weather, they work with one heart to alleviate the pain of the patients. At the free clinic organized by Tzu Chi Jordan medical team, behind the scenes were many people who volunteered to get everything in place. The volunteers had to transport all the equipment from Taiwan and assemble it. Although it was not an easy task, they overcame difficulties to prepare for the event, hoping to provide quality services for the patients. Let's take a look.
Carrying 2 suitcases and entering the clinic, they are Tima members from Taiwan. As the free medical outreach in Jordan is going to begin, the volunteers are busy assembling the pipes of dental chairs.
This equipment, whether in a foreign country or in Taiwan, is the same, so I am familiar with it.
Only the wastewater from both teeth cleaning and filling will flow here. After the free clinic concludes, we will dump the water at once. Therefore, we usually prepare big-sized buckets to ensure the clinic can go smoothly.
With the experience of his participation in free clinics for more than 20 years, Chen Dongchen is very handy at assembling. But before this, transporting all the equipment here is the biggest challenge to him.
Transporting all the equipment here is the biggest challenge, because we have to carry them from Taiwan and then assemble them. Since we are unfamiliar with the foreign country and we do not have a truck here, so when any emergency situation takes place, we are usually in a rush.
Despite the difficulties, all the equipment is still in place. This is the second time for Zhang Jinchong to come to Jordan. He said he feels very happy to give of himself.
I like this kind of work, and I think I should seize this opportunity because I have work to do. We should always be frugal of our money so that we can spend money on something meaningful.
Tzu Chi volunteers have flown more than 8,000 kilometers from Taiwan to Jordan. Even though they are tired, they persevere in completing the most precious task.
At Tzu Chi's free clinic in Jordan, besides providing free medical services, the volunteers have also prepared wheelchairs for the residents who have mobility issues. Through the wheelchair distribution, the volunteers hope to improve local residents' quality of lives.
Under the shelter at the free clinic, Tzu Chi volunteers give these young people a taekwondo demonstration. On the other end, the seniors with physical disabilities have come one after another because some wheelchairs have been prepared to be given to them. The man lost his legs due to diabetes. The wheelchair he uses now was donated by other charity organization, but it is not convenient for him to use.
This part of the wheelchair is broken, and it may harm my legs, so I can only move it slowly each time.
Sitting in the wheelchair donated by Tzu Chi, he feels very different because it is much easier for him to push the wheelchair.
It is easy for me to use because it is effort saving. Thanks, Taiwan.
Thank you.
Back in 2014, we came here to distribute wheelchairs. Over the past years, they had been asking us to hold a distribution again. Seeing that it was time for us to revisit here, we came here to donate wheelchairs. In total, 46 wheelchairs were provided because people in this area live a very difficult life.
Since 2010, Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for the African Jordanians and seen their needs. Through this time's wheelchair distribution, the volunteers hope to improve the quality of their lives.
In Sri Lanka, Tzu Chi volunteers in Colombo visit Victoria Home every month to care for the physically challenged residents. During each visit, the volunteers will help them clean the environment, cut their nails, and share with them some videos about Dharma Master Cheng Yen's storytelling. After learning about Tzu Chi's charity missions, many residents have been inspired to carry out the act of giving, helping other less fortunate people.
When Dharma Master Cheng Yen tells the story in Taiwanese, people in Sri Lanka can understand the meaning because Colombo Tzu Chi volunteers provide simultaneous interpreting for them.
We're physically challenged, so we're not able to go out to do good deeds. Thankfully, Tzu Chi comes here to give us the opportunity to do good deeds. I can help people who have visual, hearing, or speech impairment. Some of them live a more difficult life than me, so I can help them through the assistance of Tzu Chi.
In addition to Buddhism, we have also learned a lot of new things to improve ourselves. For example, we have learned to help other people in need and respect others. We also enjoy the happiness of helping people because Tzu Chi gives us the chance to give of ourselves and save people.
Samantha, who became paralyzed below the waist due to a traffic accident, has learned to provide love and warmth to the elderly with her smiles.
I've been working at Victoria Home for 34 years, and I've never seen people in such an organization who are always humble and respectful of other people.
Residents who stay at Victoria Home, whether they have been bedridden for a long time or have physical disabilities, are trying to overcome their obstacles to put the coins into the coin bank.
I do not have a lot of money, but I feel very happy to save some of them to help impoverished families.
This moment of each month is what they are most looking forward to.
The Tzu Chi Brazil Liaison Office celebrated its 27th anniversary with a large-scale free clinic. At the free clinic, the medical volunteers serve a total of 915 people. Even though a lot of people came to seek medical attention, Tzu Chi volunteers work hard to ensure everyone was treated. Here's more.
Handwritten posters, handbooks, and volunteer instructions guide people on site to receive medical assistance.
Tzu Chi is doing this large-scale clinic. It is very popular with everyone. Tzu Chi people from volunteers to doctors are very enthusiastic. We are very grateful to Tzu Chi for their contribution to all of us.
Sitting in front of the doctor, the public describes their condition and the doctor will listen quietly and give treatment advice and recommend tests. The clinic has comprehensive equipment for ECG, ultrasound, dental, and ophthalmology. One state legislator is proud to be a daughter-in-law of a Taiwanese.
Tzu Chi volunteers donate time, resources, and expertise. They help people who are not well off. This has been the most amazing trip. My team will also join your good deeds and help people who need help.
The Tzu Chi Brazil Liaison Office celebrated its 27th anniversary by holding a large-scale free clinic. Tzu Chi volunteers plus 162 local volunteers served 915 people. Four specialists even came to talk about preventive medicine.
The foundation of health lies in education, knowledge of health and disease. I can take care of my body and also extend this to family and neighbors to improve the quality of life.
Promover saúde, promover qualidade de vida.
Liu Ruiyi is a practicing lawyer who has immigrated from Taiwan 39 years ago and is working as a volunteer translator.
Many immigrants, whether new immigrants or old immigrants, have language difficulties. There is no way to understand so many details as it takes so much knowledge. I say that Tzu Chi through these models is doing something very meaningful to benefit from the overseas Chinese community.
At the end of the clinic, the volunteer team sees the opportunity to cooperate and thank each other for successful cooperation.
Tzu Chi volunteers from the Philippines accompanied 26-year-old Michael to seek medical treatment at Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center. Michael got a tumor on his left face for 5 years, seriously affecting his breathing and chewing. The medical team has done a 19-hour marathon operation, taking out his tumor successfully. After the first stage treatment, the medical team and Michael went to Jingsi Abode to meet Dharma Master Zheng Yan.
Various medical teams are gathering at Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center to discuss the surgical details of an international case. The patient is called Michael, who was hit by a passerby in the Philippines for no reason in 2014. The numb on his face continued to grow up. Although it is a benign cementifying fibroma, it already pressed his eyes, nose, and mouth.
Otolaryngology should be removed. Part of the ophthalmology and dental should also be removed. Then we can do reconstructive plastic surgery, restoring the function of his eyes, nose, and mouth gradually. So this is a big project.
As the tumor affected quite a large area, every cut needs to be handled with great cautions. The otolaryngologist has overcome the bleeding problem, taking out a giant tumor of 12 cm. The plastic surgeon immediately relayed the facial flaps and reconstruct the mouth. The whole operation, from morning till night, lasts for up to 19 hours.
The wound healing process went quite smoothly. At the moment, there is still a bit swelling on the left half. That is because his left face was originally larger because of the huge tumor. The change in structure is actually quite big. Of course, he must adapt it by himself.
Number one. Oh.
After the surgery, Michael showed a weird smile. He used to cover his face with a piece of cloth and didn't dare to see anyone. Because of this, no employers would like to hire him. Now his face has become flattened. He is deeply touched because the medical team cared for him so much, just like his mother.
I can work from now on. I can also take care of my son and help other people.
After completing the first stage of treatment, the medical team took Michael to Jingsi Abode to meet Dharma Master Zheng Yan and receive his blessings. Michael hopes to help the others after recovery.
A Tzu Chi care recipient in Kaohsiung became separated from his family and traveled around aimlessly. He was lucky enough to meet a good-hearted scooter shop owner who lent him his warehouse. Because he suffered from stomach cancer, he could not clean his house. Tzu Chi volunteers helped to clean up his place, allowing him to live more comfortably.
This small room, which is less than 20 square meters, is quite messy as an elderly man lives here. A group of Tzu Chi volunteers work hard to clean this apartment where Mr. Lin lives. He suffers from stomach cancer and his hands and feet are weak. Not only can he not clean, but he hasn't taken a bath for a long time.
In the afternoon, we will take him to see a doctor. We just want to arrange to help him bath today. This also shows respect for the doctor, and it also makes him feel dignified.
Volunteers with hairdressing expertise help cut his hair and shave him, allowing him to be more comfortable. The owner of a nearby scooter shop has provided accommodation and 3 meals for a long time now.
The place where he lives used to be a warehouse. It doesn't matter. In the past, he did the same job as me, so I have to show compassion to him.
Everywhere there is warmth and love of all people. His clean home now reflects the care and compassion of others.
In China, Huang Jian was an old man being cared for by Tzu Chi volunteers in an elderly apartment. He took the initiative to join Tzu Chi as a volunteer, thus changing from a care recipient to a caregiver.
It's time to visit the elderly home in Pinjiang district. The familiar old song brings up the memories of the old days. When compared to the lively atmosphere in the activity room, the area for haircutting is much quieter. 2 volunteers are skillfully grooming the hair of the elderly non-stop.
Not really. I have lots of exercise because I like doing it. I'm happy and hence I'm not tired. I have cut more than 10 people's hair.
Huang Jian, aged 76 years old, is actually living in the elderly home. One day, he saw a volunteer who was busy cutting hairs for the elderly, being the hairdresser for his own child in the old days. Huang Jian got an idea of offering help.
When the elderly home just opened it, Tzu Chi came to organize activities once a month until now. I have been deeply touched by this. I think that it is not easy to keep doing the same thing, even if it is a small thing. For many years, this is the reason why I want to be the volunteer of Tzu Chi.
I used to consider Brother Huang Jian an ordinary old man in the elderly home. However, I'm surprised to find that he turned more mature after joining Tzu Chi.
Huang Jian is different from ordinary elderly men. He looks very healthy with shining eyes.
Five years ago, a series of gas explosions occurred in Kaohsiung. 32 people were killed and 321 others were injured. 5 years later, the city's appearance has been restored, but the number of shoppers at local markets has decreased. A hotel manager recalled that when the explosion occurred, he also helped other affected residents. However, 5 years have passed, and the hotel's business is still plummeting. Five years have passed since the gas explosions. How's Kaohsiung doing?
Our hotel started operating in 1992. At the peak of tourist season, our hotel occupancy rate was about 60 to 70%. The gas explosions have affected our business back then because the hotel occupancy rate was almost zero.
For the affected residents in the disaster areas, time heals most wounds. In the room on the 12th floor, the door handle has been destroyed. The crossroad in front of Noble Hotel was the location with most casualties and injuries.
Our glass door was broken. The ceiling overhangs has fallen off.
Walking out of the hotel where he works, he still has lingering fear of the gas explosions.
Here is a mark left by the disaster. This cannot be renovated as it has cracked. The entire marble tile has exploded.
While he is also an affected resident, facing the large number of injured people when the explosion occurred, Mr. Huang lent people the space in front of his door.
On that day, about 8 bodies of the deceased were here. We provided bed sheets to them and helped them out.
Gradually, people forget about the disaster and the hotel has gone through renovation. However, the hotel's business has plummeted.
6月算生意不错了，这样看起来。应该不太好吧？不太好。对啊，应该不太好吧。
To cut down on human resource, the manager has placed his office desk in the lobby.
要负责看前看后。
I need to be responsible for everything. Sometimes I need to help park cars or do cleaning work.
而且还要负责清洁工作哎。
In the aftermath of the explosions, life goes on. However, at the local market, the number of shoppers has decreased.
Up till now, no one is buying things. No customers have come.
The grandma selling eggs is about to end her work for the day, but her egg basket is still full. Today, she only had 2 customers.
Now I can only make 10 to 20 US dollars a day. It's not much. Before the gas explosions, there were a lot of shoppers at the market. I could sell roasted chickens and ducks. The road pavement's work has been going on for too long, and we cannot cross the road. If you don't open for business, after 1 or 2 times, the customers won't come again, just like us.
The 50-year-old vegetable stall is also not doing very well. The fresh vegetables on the table cannot be sold.
There is no body. The road cannot be crossed, and people cannot come in here. Of course, it affects businesses.
The road has been flattened and the sidewalk has been widened. However, there are stores that cannot be rented. Only old shop owners persevered.
We work very hard and need to operate our business for long hours. The customers still do not come in here. People do not come here.
The wounds in the minds of the affected residents have not been healed, but they harbor optimism, hoping to restore the former glory of the neighborhoods in the future. The male handball team at Yangming Junior High School has traveled to Denmark to participate in an international handball competition. With a diligent practice, the team won the championship. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.